Hello, it's Amp Gaming. I'm back on my channel after about 2 years of absolute nothingness. Okay. I'm recording, hopefully my mic's working. I am opening today, restarting my channel during this lovely summer of quarantine and freaking murder hornets and all that good stuff. I'm doing Rise of Kingdoms. I'm doing tips and tricks today. I'm going to do a Let's Play later, but that'll take longer, and that'll be a little more, that'll be later, obviously. I've got to get that edited and everything. But yeah, I'm going to do Rise of Kingdoms Let's Play. I already have an account on one of the newest servers. Let's see my accounts. I've played 4 days. I think this is technically my 4th day of gameplay. I think it's actually 5 days because I made the account right before the day reset. Because this game goes off of Central Eastern England time or whatever. Something Granwick time. But anyway, if this lovely game would load, I would get right into it. But it's not doing that. Did it seriously just go back from 26 to 23? Alrighty, now we're going. 74. Yeah, Rise of Kingdoms takes a little while to load, but it's still an amazing game. I mean, for me, it absolutely triumphs over Clash of Clans and everything, because you're in an actual, world. It's an MMORPG kind of thing. But it's also a nation, so. Alrighty. So I'm going to kind of work while I'm talking. I'm going to be laying out stuff for the noobs, and stuff for, the guys that kind of know their way around but don't really know endgame yet, because endgame requires quite a lot of, shoot, this guy scouted me. Endgame requires a ton of commitment, and it's really competitive, and all that good stuff, so let me skedaddle this over to the top corner. So, the first thing you want to do is, I'm not going to summon him right now because I don't have the money to buy the bonus, and I want to buy the bonus. They updated him as well, that's nice. So the first thing you want to do is, everyone needs a good starting nation. And I chose Chinese. China's a little more of an aggressive play, but it's actually a really good one. Let me go to civilizations. Here, I'm not actually going to change it. I'm just going to show you guys. Obviously, Rome, a really good one for just straight noobs. Not really noobs, but just like first-timers. People that take it casually as well. Scipio's an amazing fighter. So if you're looking to be one of those aggressive players that, attacks resource spots and intercepts people farming barbarians, Scipio's fast, he hits hard, so he's a good choice for that. Germany, I've actually never played Germany. The Teutonic Knight, I don't really like, because infantry is the primary, unit in this game, and knights are countered by infantry in this game. There's the circle, it goes archers counter knights. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Infantry counters knights, archers counter infantry, and knights counter archers. So, for me, just having any kind of knight as a special unit is not a great idea, but I mean, if you want to center around cavalry, that's cool. It's got troop training speed and action recovery, so kind of a definitely more aggressive play as well. Not really aggressive, just good for, if you want to build your army. That's a lot of the first thing you want to do is build your army, because there's a lot of quests that require you to have a certain amount of troops, and those are kind of little checkpoints. So here we are with Britain. We have Boudica, and I actually like Britain a lot. except that allied garrison capacity, I don't really care for it. It can be amazing if you use it right, but I don't. So I do not do Britain much. I've played it a few times just for funsies, and that longbowman is amazing on just absolutely shredding infantrymen. But for me, I would have preferred something like um, I don't know, like maybe a stone farm speed. Stone farm speed would be amazing on that. France is a really good idea for like your support. Obviously, Joan of Arc is she's a support commander. She's got healing. So if you want to start out with healing and support, I mean that's really good. That's her ability is that she heals her unit. So it's kind of like a withstanding kind of thing. Like just heal, take damage, and whoever can withstand the longest gets it. The throwing axe man, I actually have not played with that, so I don't even know what unit type that guy is. But he looks interesting. So France is definitely good. Also another pretty solid one for the new players because everyone loves troop health and everyone loves wood gathering speed. I mean, of course, I prefer stone gathering speed, but wood, you definitely are going to need wood at some point. And then the hospital healing speed actually gets really, really important at mid game. And so we're going to scoot on over here to Spain. I've played Spain quite a lot. Pelagius, he's a cavalry guy. He has a direct damage ability. I really do like that resource production because if you're active, that's 20% more resources, and of course resources are like the most important thing in this game, so you need those obviously. And then the experience from barbarians is really, really good too because it allows you to level him up quickly, and then you can go and attack other players. He can also be used for garrison defense because he has that skill set. So if you want to have a really, really, really tanky defender for like mid game before you get a legendary, this is definitely your guy. So this is China. I choose China mostly because of the commander now. Sun Tzu is definitely not pronounced right, but that's how he has amazing splash ability, which does direct damage, and as a support, he compares to a legendary. So that's why I use Sun Tzu. A lot of people use him even in endgame just because of that splash. He's cheaper than a legendary, and his splash is just about the same if you invest right. So he can pretty much just be a legendary. And then also the archer special unit is amazing. Plus the perks. The perks are a little underwhelming. The defense is okay. Action point recovery I don't really care about. But building speed's pretty good. Always love building speed. Japan, Kun, Sanoki, he's got the infantryman, the samurai. He's got scout march speed up by 30%, which is, I mean, I guess it could be really, really good, but I don't really care for it. Resource gathering speed by 5%, that's actually really awesome. And then troop attack. Troop attack's like, everybody loves troop attack. But I think he's got a splash spell as well. I haven't actually ever played Japan, but I fought against Kun Sanokis, so. Korea, I do not see a lot of Koreas. Yoji, he has a good ability. I used him as a secondary commander for a little while, a couple games back. So he's got the archer that I'm not going to try and pronounce. I would definitely recommend choosing one of the archers as for with the special unit because infantry is really, really popular, especially in endgame. I don't know why. I guess it's just because it's the first unit you have, and so most people just do a ton of that. Hospital capacity doesn't really matter unless you don't level them up. I mean, I do, so I don't really care for that. Archer defense, I mean, sure, it's archer defense. I mean, why not? And then the research speed's actually really, really good. I like that. Here we have Arabia. There's a few Arabias. They're not. It's not okay. It's not really like that good, but it does have the cavalry, special unit, which I don't like. Bybars is kind of mediocre as well. The cavalry attack 5%. The damage dealt to barbarians and 10. I mean, that's good. That's the neutral units 10% is pretty solid. And then the rallied armies. I mean, I guess that could be good, but Bybars is just not a commander I would use for that. So you definitely not have to. That would kind of be like, that's the only good part about choosing Arabia, is that the attack mode. The Ottomans, they're alrighty. I mean, they've got the Janissary, and then Archer Health. They also have Troop March Speed 5%, and then skill damage is 5. So it's actually a really, really good idea for those who attack, and those who have archers. But that's about it. Osman, I'm gonna say he's good. I have him, but I don't really play him much, so I can't really tell you what his ability is. But anyway, you don't really see many Byzantiums. They have the Cataphract, which is cavalry. Cavalry health 5. I mean, that's alright. Stone Gathering is 10, which is literally like, I mean, this is pretty much a trash pick until you see that. Stone Gathering speed is absolutely amazing. And then Hospital Capacity, which is absolute poopy. So, Belisarius, I don't really know about him. I've literally never played him, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone that actually uses him at all at like any point. So, anyway, so next up, when you first start the game, you get the option to skip stuff. I do not like to skip stuff, unless I'm really like try hard chugging. I don't, unless I'm training as well. I do often training skip, use just time cuts, but I don't really like to, because you can actually save them for something good like building, or research, and I think it's like they make you use a 5-minute or whatever thingy, but you don't really need to. So I would definitely hold on to your stuff, your time cuts, because your speed ups, because they're actually really, really valuable. And trust me, if you think waiting 15 minutes is bad for a freaking, I don't know, farm, just trust me, it gets a whole lot worse, and you're not gonna like it when you have to wait an hour just to, maybe even more. Like, honestly, right now, it takes 10 hours for me to upgrade even like just a resource point. So that's pretty interesting, pretty not epic. I want to talk about these. Your chests, you get free chests. You get a free gold chest like every two. Oh, dang, okay, there's that guy. You get a free gold every like 3 days, 2 or something, and then you get 6 free chests today. I would definitely do those. Free silver chests. Those can give you boosts and resource packages and whatnot. Speed ups. So those are actually really, really good. They stack pretty quickly. Next, obviously, this is something that new players miss a lot. You are going to want to absolutely spam your scouts. Scout spamming, I mean, it's another thing to do. It takes up time and whatnot, but it's actually really, really helpful, because, like I said, with these checkpoints on the main goals, main quests, you have to have units, certain amount of units in your city, as I'm on right now. and then you also have to have scouted a certain portion, and so it's really easy to get caught up on those checkpoints. And if you don't scout, you can get in such a deficit that it takes like an entire day of just scouting to get back to that point, where if you would have just done it to begin with, it would have been okay. And it stacks, obviously, incrementally. The map is really, really huge, but if you just cycle it well with your other stuff, like fight a barbarian, throw your explorers out there, your scouts, they'll tell you when they're done, and then you can see them on the sidebar over here as well. So as you can see them, they'll have a yellow arrow when they're done, and then you can just send them right back out straight from there. Shoot, I didn't build my quarry. Obviously, build and upgrade resource points. Those are, they seem like lousy investments, but they're actually really, really important to, like, your city development. You can't really upgrade and develop if you don't have the resources to do that. So those are important. Alliances, you're going to want to join an alliance literally as soon as you can. They are so extremely helpful for, like, when you've just started, because they can help you with, like, your building and your research and everything else, pretty much. And so you get that help with research, and with your building, they can completely just, like, cut down 15 minutes to nothing. And so
how many pieces of French toast do you want?
That's 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So alliances are great. They'll help you out greatly, especially with all your building. And that can help you save your boosts as well. With your commanders, take your primary commander and upgrade him a lot. Like, a lot. Instantly probably push for 20. Because 20 is when you can get 3 stars. You can actually get 3 stars at 10. If you have the statues for it. Let me, real quick, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna take Markswoman, the first secondary you ever get. We'll go like that. I'm gonna level her up just to show you guys what's going on with this. Drop one of those. Let me see, how much do I need more? I'm gonna do another one of the 5s. Each tome is a different level, and tomes are really, really important. I would use them if you have them on your primaries and the ones you actually use, to level them up very quickly, because barbarians are actually really slow if you use barb farming to level up. So I'm going to do this. You see here you have the group, which gives you a lot of star XP. Gives you 800. One of these gives you 400, and one of these gives you 100. And then you could also use these
Sure, I can check.
to get just 10, but I mean, that's just kind of stupid. No one does that. What the triple group does is increases, it gives you a ton of XP and a little bit of luck. These ones buff your luck a lot. And so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to develop basically as much as I can. And if you have those triples, or the lucky stars is what I'm going to call them, you can actually just get 3 stars off of 1 level up, and that's actually really, really overpowered, because at 3 stars you can have a secondary commander, and so for early game that's actually like the best thing ever. It's freaking amazing. But I'm going to go over here. Skill trees, insanely important. You want to have a diverse kind of group. You're going to want to have one person who can gather materials, resources, actually. And right now I have Cleopatra. She is my gatherer. Let me go over here. You'll see her skill tree has gathering. And so I'm using that. And then it was Constance before. Constance is really great for early game before you get Cleo. Because she has wood speed and one's amazing, but Cleo also has stone. So once you get Cleo, you definitely want to use her. You want to have one for neutral units. I have Lohar actually right now. I technically use Minamoto for pretty much everything right now, just because I'm weird and I do that. But you want to have one for neutral units, and then you want to have like a support, something like Joan of Arc. You definitely want to have a garrison, which actually I do not have right now. You want to have a commander that can defend, and you want to have, let's see, you want to have good secondary. For early game, I would totally recommend Tomo. Tomo Gozen is like amazing. Look at her skill. This third one, I think. Literally, she's meant to be a secondary commander. It says increases skill damage by 2 when Tomo is serving a secondary. Of course, that's the third ability, so you're kind of gonna have to grind to get there quickly, but it's totally doable and totally worth it because, I mean, who doesn't want a freaking just overall damage buff? Like, skill damage, especially if you have a powerful commander like Minamoto, who does 1,000 damage, like, that's an extra 20 kills. Whatever, so she's really, really good for that. I want to talk about gems next. Gems are mega important, but first I think I'll go to scouts. Scouts, they find tribal villages. The tribal villages, obviously, they give you rewards. They can give you warriors. They can even teach you technology. And so for early game, you do not want to research, or like when you first start, you do not want to research any of the like economic technologies at all, because I got, besides quarrying, I got all 5 irrigation, all 5 handsaw, all 5 sickle, and all 5 hand axe from villages. They will give you that stuff if you spam scout, like I said, and it saves a ton of resources. And so next for gems, I would do gems for, a lot of people use gems for boosts and speed ups, but that doesn't make sense to me. VIP levels are like the greatest thing in this game. They give you huge buffs. Like right now I'm at level 7. I have plus 10% training speed, plus 18 food production, 18 wood production, 18 pretty much all production of stuff, 10 gathering speed, action point recovery, which I don't really care about, but building speed and research speed, and that's just awesome. I would definitely grind to level 6, because at level 6 you get your second building queue, which is amazing. It helps a ton, and so you can go to your shop. Also, VIP, if depending what level you are, you can get huge like discounts and stuff, like 500,000 wood for only 180 gems. That's cool. You can get bundles of sculptures, star sculptures, and all that good stuff. But I would just do these because it's 1 gem for 1 VIP point. So if you happen to have 10k gems, which you do in early game, you get a lot of gems. Assuming you don't spend them, you can get like straight to 4 or 5, and those buffs really, really help. You don't really know it. They're small percentages, but they do a lot. Research. There's tiers, troop tiers. You want to get those as quick as possible. Of course, that's kind of your grind points. Tier 2 is level, let's see, 5, probably. No, wait. Tier 2's 8. Yeah, Tier 2's level 8. What the heck am I thinking? Tier 2's level 8, and Tier 3 is level 13. I think so. Yeah. Tier 3 is level 13. But you have to have all these prereqs. Oh, never mind. It's 16. It's level 16. But these, as you upgrade your units, they get insanely huge buffs on their power, on their ability, and Tier 5 is when you get your special unit, and those things are overpowered. Like, they do a ton of damage, they do, they're specialized towards whatever they counter, and they're just buffed units, so that's really good. Alright, we're having a little war right now. Alrighty. Anyway, that's unrelated. That's kind of about it for early game for me. I'll probably come out with an episode 2 at some point, but we'll see. For now, have a good day, and tune in later. Thanks.